Hey everyone, this is Jason LaBarge. This is Financially Speaking. This is our first attempt at a podcast, and this is our second take actually. And I'm here with Lily Reddish. For those of you that don't know me, I'm president of LaBarge Financial. We started in 2013, and we aim to help our families go through retirement, prepare for retirement. And we feel like the podcast is a great way to give another opportunity for all of you to get to know us. So we're going to try to do this on a regular basis. And again, for those that don't know me, I'm originally from South Dakota. Went to school at the University of South Dakota, studied accounting. I worked for a large financial services company beginning in 2007, but that was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And about 2012, 2013, got the urge to start my own firm. And I still give my wife credit. She had never been in the state of Maryland before we moved here and started LaBarge Financial. That was in 2013. I always like to joke, I came here with one wife, with one child, with no assets under management, no clients, started LaBarge Financial. Fast forward 12 years, I've got the same wife. We have 5 children. And we've got, 600 clients, 700 clients with about $1 billion in assets under management. And so it's been a great experience. Lily's been instrumental in that journey. So you've heard a little bit about me, and let's now hear a little bit about Lily.
Yeah, so really what got me into the industry is Jason and his passion for what we do, learning how we can help and educate clients and give them a clear path on what they can expect in retirement and then walk through retirement with them has been amazing, and I've fallen in love with the industry. Again, my name is Lily. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland, grew up in Severna Park. I attended McDonough for high school before going up to Boston, where I attended Bentley University and got my bachelor's degree in finance, surprisingly, I know. I've loved the industry already, and I joined in 2020. So that was definitely an interesting take on the market, on client reactions, just everything that goes around COVID and what we saw.
That's crazy.
But yeah, and I'm still here because I've realized that it doesn't matter what's happening.
Lily was babysitting my children.
Yes.
And I don't know what I saw, because we were friends with some of the neighbors.
Family connections.
But I don't know if it was a higher power speaking to me, something.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, we do an internship every year. You should call me. And I think it was the next day.
So I remember, I'll never forget, I was in math class sophomore year back at school. I think it was maybe October time frame. And we got a free period after. So I remember giving you a call, like your cell phone number, and you didn't answer. But I think you texted me because I left you a voicemail.
I think I did.
And so I remember texting back and forth with you, and that was the beginning.
Right. And then she came here February, or was it?
Yeah, it was March, so spring of 2020.
Because it was right before COVID. COVID actually hadn't started.
COVID was like just on the cusp. There was all the noise about it, all the,
And then you didn't go, or you came in
I came
for
in,
the paperwork, and then I was like, hey, do you want to start that day? Hey,
I came in for the paperwork, and next thing you know, I was signing to start on Monday.
We had the gal who was here who didn't work out.
Correct.
And I was like, hey, do you want to start today? We can start training you.
I was only going to be home for 2 more weeks. And then,
Was that what it was? Oh, man.
And then
That's crazy.
it got extended for the rest of the year. So I was virtual.
And then you were virtual. And you went back your senior year, though?
Yes. So I went back senior year, worked remote. I think I was our first technically full-time remote.
That's crazy.
Employee,
to be 23 or 24, amazing to see your growth.
Thanks.
And to be a part of it has been something I'm very proud of.
And I'm blessed to have you as my mentor.
And
so it's been awesome.
And I like that you said the word passion. A lot of colleagues will ask me, what types of things you attribute the success of LaBarge Financial, and my first response is always passion. My second's hard work. We're both hard workers. You have to be.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is what I was made to do. When I feel like when people ask me what my dream job is, this is it.
Yeah,
this is what my dream job is. And so
I think like seeing the satisfaction of people day to day versus being behind the scenes.
And the difference we make.
And the difference we make.
You can't teach that, right? We can teach somebody portfolio analysis. We can teach somebody our philosophy towards retirement planning, but you can't teach the passion. And I think that not only the two of us have, but even just the people that we've have with us here at the firm
Yeah.
all share
I agree.
share that. And so we primarily serve those preparing for retirement and those in retirement. And we're in the Maryland, obviously Virginia region, so we wouldn't it wouldn't be a good way to start our podcast without talking government shutdown. We had
Yeah.
two topics planned for today. One was the shutdown, and the other one was kind of a flight to safety.
Sure.
But why don't you start, Lily, just talking a little bit about the government shutdown?
Yeah, the shutdown, we've seen it right here in our office. We have a lot of government employees that are clients. And so we try to get some information. They don't really know the longevity or how long this will last. It has affected over 900,000 employees that are on furlough currently. So we're trying to see, how long will this last? Of course, without knowing, that's led to a lot of uncertainty, which we'll kind of talk about and how that relates to the market too.
So I always like to say that these people are smart. Nothing is miscalculated, and neither is the shutdown.
Yeah.
Before the shutdown, they were asking for buyouts. Who wanted to take the buyout? Who wanted to take the early retirement? I think that was in an effort to really cut costs, cut employees. So it started with early buyouts, which we helped a lot of clients, probably 2 or 3 dozen. There's a big agency near Laurel that's probably our number one employer in terms of where clients come from. And so we haven't seen a lot of impact there, but other agencies we certainly have. And so it started with walking people through that.
Right.
And then for those that didn't take those options to then go into the shutdown, I think this is all part of a broader DOGE plan.
Well, and the timeline being that we're just starting where all of the employees who did take the buyout are now affected by the timelines of their pensions getting clicked in. So,
and so I think that from a market perspective, we haven't seen a major hit yet as a result of the shutdown. From a national perspective,
sure,
I more worry about it locally. Now, 900,000 total furloughed government workers doesn't mean they're all sitting in Maryland.
Right.
But there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot here. And so from a local business perspective, from a local impact, and the country's never seen something like this before. We've seen shutdowns. We've seen them 30 days or I thought it was more than that. But so we've seen them for an extended period of time, certainly. But not that many people retiring for the last couple of years, because I think it comes up end of October, end of December. I think
end of September was like the first
retirees. Yeah. So we're talking about 1 million people not working or forced to find other work.
Right.
So I think we're going to see it an impact more locally. Yet to see what it'll mean nationally.
Yeah, definitely. And while that all is going on, there's a lot of, flight to safety earmarks in the market. Yeah. And we've seen a lot of, all-time highs. We manage our own portfolios. And with just that being said, our goal is to, of course, attempt to outpace the S&P for certain models. Our momentum portfolio, for those who do know us, has done exceptionally well this year. The S&P up about 16% year to date. Our momentum portfolio, I think you said, was up 47%.
So I had somebody this morning, and the trailing 12 was up 47. Now,
crazy.
Past performance is no guarantee for future results.
Definitely not.
It's been a great 12 months. But when we see returns of that size, whether it's S&P, whether it's our momentum portfolio, whether it's a Palantir stock or whatever, that's when you have to start thinking, taking profits. When does the top hit? When does the bottom start to, or when does it start to turn? And so I think you're seeing a broader market push towards safety. We were trying to look at gold purchase. I've been hearing so much about gold.
Yeah.
So you have all-time highs with people exiting equities, looking at gold. We look at gold as kind of what we call green money. We split money into 2 pieces. I feel like I've been saying red money and green money for 20 years of my life. But so we have red money, we have green money. Green money is our guaranteed low risk type of investments, things like gold, things like fixed annuities, things like treasuries, CDs. They fall into that green category.
Your income for life.
Income for life. That's really where we try to pull our income, as you know. And then red money is our inflation hedge. That is where we're looking for upside.
Right.
So we look at things like stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, etc. So our momentum models fall under red.
Right.
Our gold and fixed stuff fall under green.
What are you telling most people that, come in and say, what do you think about gold? How much do I need to allocate? Would that be your answer now?
You were researching earlier 10 to 15% on one that would go into gold. So other advisors out there are telling their clients 10 to 15% of the portfolio in gold. I'm okay with that. Historically, I would tell clients to actually go buy the bullion. So go down to a coin shop. There's one on Old Solomon's Island Road in Annapolis, and buy the bullion. So there's
good to know.
There's the Buffalo Head. There's the Queen Elizabeth. There's the what's called the Krugerrand, which is the South African. These are all troy ounce coins, and they have numismatic value, meaning the value as coins themselves. Right. But they also then whatever the price of an ounce of gold is. Yeah. And so I actually prefer to hold the bullion. And so we've been telling clients to do that. I don't know. I feel like we've been preparing.
Yeah, I agree.
Clients with our green money. And so I don't feel as nervous. Maybe that I'm more wanting to take profits.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that I go buy gold.
With gold being at all-time highs too, I feel like it's sort of the same rationale that gold's at all-time highs, so is S&P.
Yes,
so,
yes. There's always historically, when clients would ask about gold, it's more of a end of the world protection. And I would tell them, look, if it's the end of the world, I can't drink your gold. I can't eat your gold.
What are you really going to do with
plant your gold. I'll take your water. And so, I look at gold as kind of a broader alternative.
Right.
We've recently created an alternative model. And the benchmark for alternatives is, 10% of the portfolio into alternatives, which would be things like real estate. I always joke, actually, I've been using this a lot lately. I always joke that the wealthiest clients we have, all have some component of real estate in their portfolio. But also the most miserable clients we have an element of real estate in their portfolio. So it's tricky trying to find that balance. But I do think that when you have 50 to 60% rate of return, I think it'd be irresponsible not to at least have the conversation of, hey, let's take profits. Whatever amount you might be comfortable with is obviously going to be different, for everybody. But I think that now would be the time. I kind of think about it like January of last year. So our portfolios did really well in 2024. But then, in January, we were talking about taking profits. And then we looked like geniuses because in April, the tariff announced. And that was a brief market downturn. But, taking profits, using buffers, investments. We looked, nobody can time the market. We can't time the market. And so I really more prefer to look at green money as a way to how much monthly income you need.
Because we see a lot of people right now, I feel like, are coming in wanting to maybe even liquidate their equity holdings and wanting to sell everything at all-time highs, but you don't want to get out of the market just because we're at all-time highs.
For everything.
You have your balance of green money, whether that's gold, income investments, but also gold's not going to even provide you with that dividend or income stream that an investment might provide you with. So you have to remember that maybe it's a hedge against inflation and other concerns in the market or economy, but maybe it's not the best for your retirement income projection either.
It's going to be different for everybody. Fortunately in Maryland, we do have a lot of clients that have pensions.
Yes.
And so if we can establish enough monthly income from pensions, from Social Security, then those folks can ride the wave.
Exactly.
Maybe more than somebody who doesn't have as strong a pension. Really, the firm itself was built largely on Social Security. Were you doing Social Security seminars at libraries
the very
with us?
first, not the libraries,
Never
but
did libraries?
Still had the Social Security seminar.
Man, we started because you're about to do a library.
Yeah,
that's kind of full
our
circle.
first library event.
So we have some registered. That's so exciting. So I first started doing events at the Severna Park Library and the Annapolis Library, and it was also security, and it was literally water and chocolate chip cookies. Lacey, my wife, would make chocolate chip cookies.
It's funny you said that, though. I asked Amanda earlier. I said, what should we bring? Water and cookies? So I'm going to do that now that you said that.
So yeah, But I tell you what, we got some of the best clients
Mm-hmm.
that have been with us the longest out of those libraries.
Yeah,
And so we're
definitely.
starting a new event because we started them at libraries, then we went into restaurants and have continued to do the restaurants.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a new event
Mm-hmm.
back at the library, but it's going to be more educational.
Yeah, so actually the first go around, which is next week, is going to be all on Social Security. So we really are making that full
That
circle
is full
moment on
circle.
Monday.
That is full circle.
And then a little bit about taxes. So
And this will be not the first one you've done solo. You've been doing other events with
Yeah.
the attorney.
this will be my first solo event. I've done a few with Andrew and Rachel, but
That's right,
this is
that's
actually
right.
my first solo.
That's right. You excited?
I'm excited. It's weird not to have you in the room, but
Yeah.
I always tell the crowd that if you were in there, you wouldn't be, or I wouldn't be speaking. You'd be jumping in.
Yeah, I probably would.
Walking around the back.
I can't help myself. No, that's probably been on out there. I can't help it, but you're gonna do great. It's the libraries are cool because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
There's a comfortable spot.
Sure.
And the folks that are there for information. And then they'll have the
Right.
opportunity to come in and do a meeting
Right.
that's specific for that tax
strategy,
and
yeah.
Social Security strategy.
Exactly.
And that's next week. And then we have one. Do we have a
We
seminar?
actually have some this week and then
Or
in
this
2
week.
weeks.
That's
so
right. So
some of our
you're the
normal
libraries next week.
Correct.
Seminars this week is where?
Cafe Mezzanotte.
Okay.
And then after next week, you have another set of seminars. I'm not sure where they are.
Man, it's been a
but
busy.
we've got my library seminars and your dinner seminars. So that'll be the first full-fledged week of dual
I
seminars.
tell you what, we've been busy. Yesterday was our Alzheimer's walk.
Yes, that was awesome.
Which interesting. I went to so Justin Willman's a magician, has some Netflix specials. He's amazing.
Nice.
So he, at the end of it last night, his mom passed away of Alzheimer's.
Oh, wow.
And so he was selling magic kits and some posters or something, all of it going to the same Alzheimer's donation.
Oh, no way. The same organization?
The same organization that we did. So I was like, my two boys
And you went
there,
to a show last night?
last night.
Nice.
And so the two boys, two of my sons with me, and they were like, yeah, we just did that same thing about 2 hours earlier.
That's
cool.
crazy.
It was cool.
Yeah.
You could tell it meant something to him. Apparently his mother passed away from dementia.
Yeah.
And it was neat to see, so it reminded us of what we did yesterday.
Definitely.
So we donated $10,000, which was
Awesome.
cool. I almost want to tell though our marketing team, I want Amanda and Anna Lou to take over that event.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
was cool.
And then the week before that, we were recording shows. So we have a television show that airs Sunday mornings.
Awesome.
We did 6 grueling. That's tough, man. I mean,
Yeah,
this
I
is
bet.
a tough 20 minutes or whatever we're doing
Yeah.
here, but
All day.
all day, 6 episodes is crazy. What did we do before that? We were in
Topeka.
We were in
you
Topeka
were
there.
in Topeka twice, I think, in the past
and you
month.
were at the leadership.
Yep.
So yeah, we were part of a broader group that is really big on training, and so we've been doing a tremendous amount of training.
Yeah. It's been
But
great.
what's tricky is finding the balance between self education, self growth, but also with keeping our eye on the ball of what it is that we do here, which
Right.
is help people retire. So having you and our team, I feel like our team has never been at such
Never
a
been
better
Yeah.
place.
I mean, even yesterday, Sunday,
Yeah, right.
not a work day, and I want to say 90% of our
We
staff
had
was
most of
able
our
to
staff there,
attend,
was
which
cool.
was
And the ones that
amazing.
couldn't
Yeah.
wanted to be there.
Yes, of course.
And to raise $10,000 for a great cause. It's because it's, between, the financial part of retirement, but then there's also just the emotional and the psychological part,
Right.
and trying to plan for healthcare. All those things are things that we take into account.
Definitely.
And I think that's what really separates LaBarge Financial from other firms, is the fact that we don't just look at the portfolios. We don't just help people with investments.
And
We're
that's it,
doing
right?
Social Security, Medicare. Andrew's up there helping them with life insurance,
Exactly.
long-term care insurance,
Estate planning.
estate
we can.
planning.
Yep. Even managing your 401ks. I
Yes.
feel like so many advisors,
Don't even.
it's not worth their time. So,
yes.
yeah. We think of it as much more of a holistic
I
picture.
do. And I think that comes from leadership. That comes from
Definitely.
us too, really putting a focus on. I mean, Jesse's helping clients with their bills,
Yeah.
like looking at what stuff they can
Right.
throw away, what stuff. So,
Yeah.
I think that's what's really been special for our firm to be able to do those types of things.
Yeah, and everyone here, I think, has a passion in some aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right, so that
Yay.
is our first episode
Awesome.
of Financially Speaking with LaBarge Financial. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and you'll be looking to hear more of these in the future. Thanks,
Yeah,
Lily.
thanks for having me.
Yeah. Insurance products are offered through the insurance business LaBarge Financial, LLC. LaBarge Financial, LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. AEWM does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by LaBarge Financial, LLC are not subject to investment advisor or broker-dealer requirements. Securities offered only by duly registered individuals through Madison Avenue Securities, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. AEWM and MAS are not affiliated companies of LaBarge Financial. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. LaBarge Financial is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein, provided by third parties, have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by LaBarge Financial.